Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you.
I want to know if Fatima is willing to talk about this question, Ali. I'm sorry.
Sure, sure.
Sure, yeah. I can weigh in a little bit. So speaking, I mean, the question was whether or not the way the Western media has covered the tragedy, if it was covered differently, if it would affect the opinions of people, right?
Right.
Yep.
I think to some extent it could, but I think most of the people that are either view Saudi Arabia, favorably or don't, do it because, well, I think let's talk about the people who view them favorably, right? I don't think it particularly matters what facts you bring them, right? They're validating their own biases. They for some, even the most conservative networks in the United States, for example, Fox News, for some reason they can't dedicate any of their anti-Muslim sentiment to Saudi Arabia, one of the largest women's rights violators, and one of the worst with respect to human rights, with regards to public executions and beheadings and the burden of proof on women who are taken advantage of. All of these things that Saudi Arabia, that conservatives and Republicans say that they hate about Islam, yet they can't spare any of their criticism for one of the countries that just, this is their everyday life, this is all that they do, this is their philosophy. So I think to some extent, the facts really don't matter as far as media is concerned. People believe what they want to believe. If somebody can offer an opposing viewpoint that agrees with your own biases, then that's what you'll take, right? So if you want to like Saudi Arabia because the United States government is allied with them strongly, then you'll find a way to do that, despite all the evidence that shows that they're terrible with respect to human rights and everything else that we berate other countries for, right? So there's an obvious hypocrisy there. Now, I think that if there were more news outlets that reported in an unbiased way, so where they weren't necessarily pushing an agenda, because everybody has their own biases, but if you can look at your perspective and say, okay, look, let's look at the facts. This is what we know. Sure, I could be wrong about this. I could be right about this. But this is, representing opposing viewpoints in an appropriate manner. So not necessarily just saying, like, look, I believe this, I'm right. This is what you should believe. But being fair and giving the opposing viewpoints a fair representation, even if you don't agree with them. And I think that if that was the case, if that's the way that the media worked around the world, people would be more educated, they'd be better informed, and they'd make decisions and form alliances or support or oppose countries and governments a lot in a much more rational way, I guess I'll say that.
Okay, thank you.
Question.
Actually, she answered my question perfectly. Thank you.
Great.
And also thank you, Hossein and Michael, for your detailed and lovely answers.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Hossein, are you still there?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm enjoying and listening.
Thank you. We're enjoying your talks. Do you think, in case of any unintentional reasons for this disaster, do you think that the Yemen war had effects on Saudi army that were responsible for controlling the situation in Mina? Do you think that generally there are any relations between the war in Yemen and Saudi faults in Mina and Mecca?
See, I believe in the both incident, Saudis want to take revenge from Iran because they failed in Syria to remove the president of Bashar al-Assad, and the failure in Yemen after 6 months of aggressions and bombing the Yemenis. Also, I believe that Saudi Arabia want to provoke Iran to take military action to stop the nuclear agreement to be implemented. I believe this is a joint operation with Israel. They work together to stop the nuclear agreement. Saudi feels that they are losing control of many places and being defeated on many fronts. Especially all countries knows that the Saudis are the main founder of ISIS and al-Nusra ideology and military. So it's not only the Yemen, it's also the Syria, also in Lebanon. They have been losing control here and there.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Michael?
I fully agree what the brother just said, and this was exactly what I meant when I was saying that the Saudi ruling regime is itself in a deep and crisis that is going deeper and deeper and deeper. And I think their Western evil allies will have to invest more to keep this regime alive. And of course, the alliance between Riyadh and Tel Aviv, the Zionist Wahhabi alliance, will get more and more public and more open, and this will create a reaction from the Muslim Ummah for sure. So I fully agree what the brother said, and it is important that we use our little networks, who definitely have not the funds and the support of the Saudi disinformation networks, but which have a popular support to counter the disinformation by real facts. And I'm a journalist of profession, and as you can see, I have some gray hair now, and so there's some kind of experience in my life, and this experience tells me that if you continuously, without interruption, prove the real facts and produce facts that people can see, believe, and smell even, then step by step reality will come through, and inshallah the truth will prevail.
Inshallah. Some say that these events were mainly a starting point for removing Mohammed bin Nayef from the authority. Do you think this theory is possible or not?
Yeah, actually, Mohammed bin Nayef, he is the second in charge of the king of Salman, and the second one is the son of the king. So I believe Mohammed bin Nayef will be removed by this incident or without this incident, because Mohammed bin Salman, the son of the king, will remove him to pave the way to be the king. Because once he removed Mohammed bin Nayef, and his father has schizophrenia, or now he's got dementia, that he is actually under the control of his son, because he sent his team with him always, because actually when he talks even he can't talk in Arabic, and every time he comes on TV, it makes a very big fun, because he cannot make an Arabic sentence together. That's the king. So he is under the control of his son. Once he remove Mohammed bin Nayef, he doesn't have to use this incident to remove him. He will eventually he will remove him by any means to pave the way to be the king of Saudi Arabia, and that will be not even accepted by the other members of the Saudi family, and that's when the inside revolution, you can say, start to happen in Saudi Arabia, not a revolution to the good, but a revolution to they fight for the world. That's all. Not to advance, not to be to be civilized in advanced country, but just they will fight for the rulers. That's all.
Michael, I'm going to ask the next question from you. How do you see the future of Saudi government, especially after all these war crimes and lack of attention to human rights and values in Yemen and Mina?
I think the future is going to be decided, to be very frank and straightforward, on different battlefields. not on any negotiating table. Not by the West, because the West wants to keep them in power. But their fate will be decided in Syria, where the Saudi try to replace the government of Bashar al-Assad by a puppet Takfir regime. The fate will be decided in Yemen, which the steadfast Yemeni brothers and sisters will defeat the Saudi aggressors. The Saudi fate will be decided by Iran, which is a very